Hi, I'm Helen from Heritage Garden Seeds, and today I'm going to show you how to sow your leek seeds. So you can sow your leeks anytime from around February until about April time. If you're sowing in February, then you want to sow your seeds and then place them indoors or somewhere that's around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to sow mine into these small trays, and then we'll keep them indoors on a window ledge until they have germinated. So you could sow your leek seeds into module trays or into small trays like this. This is just a quarter seed tray. If you're sowing into modules, then sow either one seed per cell or a couple of seeds per cell. Or if you're sowing into small trays like me, then we're just going to scatter some seeds thinly along the surface of the compost, rather like you would with an onion seed. So I filled my tray with compost, as you can see, and then I'm just going to scatter my seeds on the surface of the soil. So we need to make sure they've got plenty of room to germinate and to put on a little bit of growth. But other than that, they are relatively close together. And now we're just going to cover our seeds with a thin layer of compost, like so, and give them a light water. So it is the middle of February here at the moment, so like I say, I do think it's a little bit cold to pop them in the greenhouse right now because my greenhouse isn't heated. So I'm just going to pop one of these clear propagator lids on top of my tray, and then like I say, I'm going to pop that on a nice bright sunny window ledge indoors while the seeds germinate, and they'll just have that bit of extra heat by doing it that way. Obviously, if you're going to pop your trays onto a window ledge, do make sure you place something underneath, like a plate or a tray or something like that, because the moisture will seep out from the seed tray and you don't want to damage any paintwork or furniture. So then you can grow your seedlings on as they are for a short period of time. They can put some nice healthy growth and start to develop some nice healthy roots. Because I've sown mine into these seed trays, I will probably look to transplant them into small modules at a later stage, just so that they have a bit more room to grow. But if you are sowing straight into modules, then there shouldn't be any need to pop those on before you transplant them into the ground. I've just done mine this way because I need to maximise space and because we are still early in the season in February. So in a few weeks' time, once the seeds have germinated, then I will bring this tray outside and pop them into an unheated greenhouse. You could also use a cold frame, or if you don't have a greenhouse or cold frame, you could even use like a plastic box, like a clear, really useful box or something like that. That works just as well as a greenhouse. So we're going to grow our seedlings on for a couple of months, and then sort of late spring, early summer, then we will look to transplant them outside into their final growing positions. At that point, they should be about 10 to 15 centimetres tall, and they should be around about the thickness of a pencil. That's what we're looking for. That will be the ideal size to start to plant those out into the ground. And then when we plant them into the ground, we want to plant them around about 15 centimetres apart, and we're going to make little holes, so they are going to be about 15 centimetres deep. And then we're just going to pop each seedling into the hole. There's no need to backfill that hole with soil like you would with other plants. We're just going to pop the seedlings into the hole and then water the hole, and then the soil will naturally just fall into it. So do keep the growing area weed free and well watered over the summer, and then you can start to harvest your leeks from around about autumn time, but they will also sit well in the ground over the winter, so you can just harvest them as you need to. But of course, you do not need to wait until you have full-size leeks. If you want to harvest baby leeks sooner, then do feel free. Baby leeks are so tasty, and it just means that you can enjoy this delicious vegetable a little bit sooner. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. The best place is on Instagram. We are at Heritage Garden Seeds, or if you want to send me an email, the best email address is hello@heritagegardenseeds.com.